Here's the paperwork that you need to fill out. This is the entire packet, so don't be intimidated by that. If you'll flip to the packet, which is available here in our office or online, in the middle of the packet is the internship registration form. And the thing to keep in mind is this is how you register for an internship. You can't register online on Banner for an internship. It's a paper registration. The good thing about that is you can register at any time for an internship since it's not a Banner function. But what you need to do, since you've already identified your site, is to fill out the top part of the paperwork and include, you get to name what you want your internship to be entitled, and that's what shows up on your transcript. So be sure to be as specific as you can be, but not so specific that the people who see your transcript are kind of scratching their head wondering what you've been doing. Then fill in the number of credits, and we'll go over that in a second. And then what semester and what level do you need? Just a general level, or do you want a senior level class? And be sure to fill in this information here about the site where you'll be working. The email address is required for us to be able to contact your site supervisor. The most important thing on this piece of paper is your internship plan. And that's you typing the answers to all these questions on a separate piece of paper. The first one is a general description. What are you going to be doing on the job? What are the responsibilities you will have? The second one is, what do you want to accomplish while you're on the job? What skills do you want to get while you're working in your internship? And how does it relate to what you want to do in the future? Then the conversation you have with a faculty sponsor would include, when are you going to meet? How often? How are you going to convey to your faculty sponsor what you're learning? And the final question is, are you going to do a 290 or a 390? And typically most people do a 290 unless it's required of their major or their concentration. And the difference between a 290 and a 390 is that the 290 is a 3 to 6 page midterm paper or a weekly journal, which is what most people do, and the final 5 to 10 page reflection paper. And notice I said reflection, it's not an academic paper. So it helps if you do a weekly journal so that when you're ready to do your final paper you can reflect back on the beginning and look all the way through to do your final paper. The 390 is a whole different kind of animal because it is a 5-page midterm paper and a 15 to 20 page final paper. And that's as much reflection as it is academic research. The one thing to keep in mind is your extra sheets that you type all your answers here must be signed by your faculty sponsor. And that says that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on here it says it must be signed by your faculty sponsor. So you need to keep that in mind. Then once you've worked out all the paperwork, your site supervisor, your faculty advisor, your faculty sponsor, and you, of course, all have to sign this form. And I'm the last person as the internship coordinator to sign it because I need to verify that all the paperwork's been completed. So that is your registration form combined with the answers to the questions. Then the last piece for registration is the non-paid agreement. And this is just a federal requirement that your site supervisor and you have to sign. So you know you don't get vacation leave time or paid sick leave because it's your internship. And so that needs to accompany your registration as well. And the rest of the packet is your timesheet. There's also some journal prompts here. Get to that. The journal prompts are, you know, when you just are tired and you can't really get started on your journal. These are questions week by week that you can ask yourself to really help you get to a deeper level of reflection while you're doing your journal. If you're not doing a journal for 15 weeks, then you can skip these questions and just use them as tools for getting started on your journal. And then the last piece is your evaluation and your site supervisor's evaluation. So this is really the packet that you'll need for the whole time of your internship. And one question a lot of students ask is, how many hours do I have to work? And in the front of the packet is an explanation of the requirements for your internship. If you're getting 4 credit hours, then you would work on site 144 hours. If you get started at the first of the semester, that's only about 10 hours a week. If you wait till the first or second or third week of the semester, that ends up being about 15 hours a week. So that's important to keep in mind. The majority of internships are done between 2 and 4 credit hours, and that's up to you and your site supervisor and your faculty sponsor. You can choose to do 4 credit hours, or you can reduce it, or on exception, with an email approval from Steve Shapiro, the academic dean, you could do more credit hours, but that's something that we have to talk about one-on-one to decide if that's possible. So that really is the whole packet, and as I said, it's available online. You can go to www.guilford.edu/internship and click the student links until you find the forms, or you can come to Career and Community Learning and you can pick up a packet in person.